Mayor Karen Bass is pushing to protect immigrants. Find out what it means for LA to be a sanctuary city.
President-elect Donald Trump has started to announce his cabinet and administration. We'll show you his latest picks.
And a new restaurant has opened in the village, serving up chicken and waffles. We talk with students about the cost of eating in the village.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and city leaders are pushing to make LA a sanctuary city. Hi, I'm Dana Hammerstrom.
And I'm Gaby Medina. The move comes as President-elect Trump promises mass deportations. A local advocacy group is dedicated to immigrant rights.
Just the fear factor, the anxiety, the depression, including children who have parents that might be undocumented. So that's the reaction already as a result of this incoming administration.
The mayor's proposed ordinance would prohibit LA workers from assisting in federal immigration enforcement. It would also prevent LAPD officers from asking about a person's immigration status or arresting them for immigration violations. President-elect Donald Trump's choice for border czar has issued this warning.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
Mayor Bass said in a statement, quote, "Especially in the face of growing threats to the immigrant communities here in Los Angeles, I stand with the people of this city. Immigrant protections make our community stronger and our city better." A representative for the Coalition for Humane Immigration Rights of Los Angeles said, quote, "It's been years in the making, and as we face an uncertain 4 years ahead with the Trump administration's zealot pursuit to break up families and create chaos in communities across the United States, the more firewalls we can set up this way, the better protected all residents of Los Angeles will be." There's not a lot of time to get the ordinance passed. Trump takes office in January. Homan suggested that Trump might withhold federal funding to sanctuary jurisdictions.
California is the nation's most populous state, but also one of the slowest at counting ballots. It's been 8 days since the election, and more than 2 million votes have still not been counted in the Golden State. So far, about 84% of votes have been counted in California, leaving 2.15 million votes still processing in ballot centers across the state.
Well, what I can tell you is that elections officials, from the registrar of voters down to the people who work in our polling places and vote centers, we care deeply about making sure that democracy works in California and in the country. So, rest assured that we're working really hard to make sure that this is a fair and accurate election. And even though we're not done counting ballots yet, it's because we care that we want to make sure every vote counts and that every ballot that's been cast is processed.
For the U.S. House race, Republicans have won 217 seats, with Democrats behind at 207 seats. So far, 6 states have uncalled races: California, Alaska, Iowa, Oregon, Ohio, and Maine. Ballot processing will continue through the rest of the month to ensure that every vote is counted.
President-elect Trump has started to fill key positions in his second administration. Let's check in with Zain to see who will fill some of those spots. Zain?
Thank you, Gaby. It's all about the Trump trifecta today. Welcome to the conversation with me, your host, Zain Kahn. It's a Trump White House, Senate with the new Majority Leader John Thune at the top, and a likely Republican-controlled House. Today, President-elect Trump met with President Biden and thanked him for, quote, "a smooth transition."
Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you. Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition.
Thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get.
Minutes, they discussed the wars in Gaza and Ukraine, along with a range of domestic policies. In 2020, Trump refused to accept the election results and did not invite Biden to the Oval Office for the ceremonial meeting. President-elect Trump is acting swiftly to name his cabinet nominees. Today, he named Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, former Congressman Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence, and his most contested and unexpected pick, Congressman Matt Gaetz, as Attorney General.
And I will be President Trump's strongest ally in Congress to pass term limits, to stop taxpayer funding for political campaigns, to ban members of Congress for life from becoming lobbyists, and for the same reason you don't let the referee bet on the game, ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks.
Zain, these are some interesting picks. What do you make of these nominations?
I mean, Gaby, just at the top of my head, Trump is rewarding loyalists and big donors. Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, they are right there. They're leading the Department of Government Efficiency. And then we also have unconventional picks, such as Pete Hegseth. He was the Fox News anchor, and now he's going to be the defense secretary. I also mentioned Matt Gaetz. That is also an unexpected pick, because if he's confirmed, he'll be leading a department that was actually looking into sex trafficking charges against him. And then another thing to note is experts are fearful that maybe these nominees might not be qualified. They might not be meeting the qualifications and lack the experience. Take the Fox News host. He was an anchor, and now he would be leading the Pentagon if he's confirmed. 30,000 employees, a budget of almost $800 billion. All of this comes down to the Senate, because the Senate is the one that's going to be confirming all of these nominees. And today we just had news that the Senate has picked John Thune, the senator from South Dakota, as the majority leader. So all of that comes to that. And it's interesting because John Thune campaigned on the point of advancing Trump's agenda. But it's also important to note that Thune and Trump have not seen eye to eye. So it all comes down to those confirmation hearings.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Zain.
Thank you so much for having me at the conversation.
Nearly 2,400 Kaiser it's been certified are on strike. Today, workers picketed in several locations, including the Baldwin Park Medical Center. They've been on strike since October 21st, 3 weeks after their contracts expired. Workers say they want the same benefits and time to take care of other patients, as well as other workers in the company. The union is demanding an increase in wages, extension on pensions, more time off, and a manageable workload. They say they make less money and have fewer benefits as healthcare professionals in other parts of the state.
The reason we're out here and so angry and going to stay out here on strike is because of the workload. Kaiser doesn't put any caps on our caseload.
For our pension to be restored, it was taken away in 2014. The wages are not enough, the benefits are not enough, so people are leaving. And when your therapist leaves, you get a new therapist, and when your therapist leaves again, you get a new therapist. I talked to many patients who tell me they've had 4 therapists in 2 years. It's just not good patient care.
In a statement sent to Annenberg Media, Kaiser Permanente says, quote, "The plan we put together to manage through the current NUHW strike is working well and helping to ensure we deliver on our promise of safe and timely high-quality mental health care." The striking workers provide care for almost 5 million patients. No bargaining sessions are scheduled for this week.
If you like chicken and waffles, you are in luck. Today, the village welcomed a new restaurant called Bruxy. In between Cava and Il Giardino, Bruxy celebrated a soft opening today, welcoming students to try their chicken and waffles sandwiches. Bruxy has locations throughout Southern California, from North Hollywood to Long Beach.
USC Village has kind of been something that we've always looked at over the years, and it's always been one of the things that we wanted to do. We just has never had the opportunity to do so. So when the opportunity arose, we jumped all over it.
We've always tried to maintain reasonable pricing on the menu for the fact that we do scratch-made cooking, from the waffle batter to the fried chicken made to order to all the sauces being made in-house. So we really do try and keep the prices tampered down where it's approachable for everyone.
USC Village.
Bruxy is the 3rd new restaurant in the village this school year, in addition to retail shops like Sephora. Although some students are excited about having new options, some Trojans feel that eating in the village is too expensive.
I don't often get food in the village because I feel like the restaurants have kind of lowered in quality and the quantity of restaurants gone down.
You can't really get a meal in the village without being at least $15. And I just feel like it's not my budget. I feel like I wanna aim for like 12 and under, 10 and under ideally. And so it's just been more affordable to cook my own groceries.
I can never get a full meal for like under $20.
Food insecurity is often a big issue on college campuses. Daniela, you talked with an expert about this. Can you tell us a little bit about what you talked about?
Yes, I spoke with Dr. Makayla Delahaye, the director of USC's Institute for Food System Equity. I asked her about the ways college campuses can reduce food insecurity.
Another way we can make food more affordable for students is that we know a lot of students are eligible for CalFresh or getting food assistance from the government. So they give you an EBT card that you get to spend on food every month. But we know that about 2/3 of students that are eligible aren't enrolled in that program. And so we could also be doing a lot at the university to make sure students are aware of this program.
Dr. Delahaye also shared that the U.S. Departments of Agriculture and Education have teamed up to increase college access to the SNAP program, which provides monthly funds for food.
Thank you, Daniela. If you are a history or art buff, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles has a brand new wing and community hub that you will not want to miss. The newly opened wing is 75,000 square feet. It includes a new theater, several exhibition spaces, a cafe, and a grand landscape that offers authentic indoor and outdoor experiences for Angelenos. The museum asked for community input.
The work that we've been doing over the last 7 years is very intentionally speaking with and talking with community members, having them share with us what their concerns are, what their needs are, and how we can meet those needs.
Besides the brand new facilities, the museum also introduced a new long-necked dinosaur skeleton and a grand mural created by local artists.
I wanted the mural to look like together, like one person did it, but it was several people. So it was 17 young people from 4 areas of the city, and there were 3 artists, 3 historians, and a lot of people giving their opinion.
The new wing and exhibitions at Natural History Museums open on Sunday.
It's Native American Heritage Month, and we'll show you how USC is celebrating.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latine voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all. Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and Podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo, we have it all.
Dímelo, we have it all.
Next to my big friend, I love the big taste of chocolate in this little Hershey's kiss.
Hershey's Kisses, the little kiss with the big taste.
This morning, Billy looked like any other boy, but as the moon rose, he turned into a werewolf. He used new Pa's Halloween makeup kits. His friends did too. Look, Mike's a vampire. Amy's a ghost. Pa's makeup is safer than masks. It never blocks vision, and it's hypoallergenic too. So watch your kids turn into the creatures they really are with new Pa's Halloween makeup kits.
All right, Marissa is over at the new engineering lab. Marissa, what's going on over there?
Thank you, Gaby. I am here at the Beehive where the Idelburg and Young Academy is unveiling an exciting new program called the SOLA Material Science and Engineering Lab. Now, if you look behind me, you can see where the event has been taking place. The program is focused on preparing underserved South LA communities for careers in aerospace, robotics, engineering, and more. Now, the new lab is a workforce development program and it will feature around 750 students annually each year. And I am here with Kia McCormick, a crucial founder and the designer of this new program. So, Kia, can you talk to us about some maybe exciting new features that students can expect?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a bunch of new tools in the space for all the students to explore and play with. We've got a laser cutter, a 3-axis CNC, a sewing machine and embroidery machine combo, which is really fun, a Cricut vinyl cutter, and a few 3D printers.
So how will USC and the program encourage students who come to the program to continue their education beyond?
Yeah, so we've currently been marketing some of the programming for the spring this semester through some workshops. So we've been inviting the community to come on over and take a look at the space, start to explore some of the stuff. So we've already hosted 2 workshops, a workshop in resin casting and a sewing workshop. We've got 2 more in the next few weeks. So we've got laser cutting and 3D printing coming up, and students can access that through SOLA Foundation marketing, email and social media, etc. And yeah.
That sounds really exciting, Kia. I can't wait to see all the innovation and new students that will come through the program. For Annenberg Media, I'm Marissa Russ. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Marissa. Earlier today, students gathered near Tommy Trojan to celebrate Native American Heritage Month. The event was organized by the Native American Student Assembly at USC. This is the 2nd annual Heritage Month celebration on campus to honor Native American culture and history. The theme of the event was Indigenous Innovations, celebrating our creativity and ingenuity. Attendees could hear speakers and pick up merch.
We are very proud of how strong and resilient we are because we have come from such amazing ancestors who fought for our rights to be here today too. So we're very, very proud each and every day.
Students listened to the TM Bird Singers perform and watched traditional dancing. The music tells stories of the Cahuilla tribe. Performers say it's important to pass on these art forms.
We don't need a month to celebrate us. We can celebrate us every day you wake up, because that's we have to remember that we are here and we can't let anybody else try to make us feel that we're not.
I like to take opportunities like today to really promote each other and the good work and the good people that are in the Indigenous community.
The next event is a beading circle on Monday night. It includes a cultural exchange with La Casa and the Native American Pacifica Lounge. And right now we're going to toss it over to Makayla for the weather. Makayla, what's going on?
Thanks, Gaby, and welcome to Weather with Mac. I'm your host, Makayla Idelburg. Let's quickly start off with today's current conditions. So as you can see right now, Los Angeles doesn't know whether she's hot or she's cold, but I guess everyone's a Katy Perry fan. But right now, current conditions are 66 degrees, clear skies, and a 24% humidity. Let's see if that continues for the rest of the week with our 5-day forecast. Now tomorrow and Thursday, we're getting some of those same temperatures with the high as being 72 degrees and the low being 49. But for the rest of the week, we're really dropping it down to those winter temperatures with highs being in the 60s and the lows being in the 40s, except for Friday. That's giving us a low of 51, but that's not too much off for the rest of the week. Now, while I have you right here, I want you to take a look at those lower temperatures because it is fire season here in California, and a big thing of fire weather, those include warmer temperatures, a lack of humidity, which is dry weather, and also high winds. And one of those things that cause high winds are those lower temperatures that we'll be experiencing later this week. Now, I want to take note that typically fire season for California ends around October, November, but there are still incidents surging around the state, with the last major one being a fire in Ventura County last week, damaging over 20,000 acres of land. So just a reminder to our Angelinos and Trojans to keep an eye on your environment and to stay safe. But for right now, I'm going to toss it over to Ben for sports.
124 points, 28 steals, 300 wins. Find out how USC women's basketball made history last night. On the other side of the court, men's basketball looks to continue their winning ways tonight. And women's volleyball hosts 2 highly ranked Big Ten opponents.
werewolf? It was Wolfie, howling for the 2 new marshmallows in my Count Chocula cereal. The lovely chocolatey part of this complete breakfast.
2 new marshmallows?
Yes, the new full moon and chocolate wolf marshmallows make Count Chocula a howling delight.
For a limited time, you can try the full moon and chocolate wolf marshmallows inside new shiny boxes of Count Chocula.
Wow, Millhouse, that frozen black cherries turned your tongue black. My tongue's black too.
Let me try.
Hey,
Let's have black tongue.
This Halloween, the Simpsons are at Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal you can get a Simpsons spooky light up. They gleam, there is scream, and you can collect all 15 at Burger King. Where else?
This Halloween, Blockbuster Video has a special treat for your whole family. You can take home any of these great Halloween classics for just $7.99. Or rent 2 movies and get them for $3.99. Now, if that's not a reason to scream, what is? Make it a Blockbuster fright.
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Riley Sager.
And I'm Ben Cohen. USC women's basketball set multiple records last night in a dominant win over CSUN at Galen Center. The Trojans filled up the stat sheet, scoring 124 points, forcing 43 turnovers from CSUN in a staggering 124-39 win. Sophomore superstar Juju Watkins led USC in scoring with 21 points, while setting a career high with 9 assists. She was also the only Trojan to play more than 20 minutes, with 13 players getting minutes and 6 scoring double-digit points. USC broke multiple records last night, including the most points in program history, and the largest margin of victory in program history, a whopping 85 points. I still can't believe that number. Head coach Lindsay Gottlieb earned her 300th career win, having previously coached UC Santa Barbara and Cal. Check out the party in the locker room after the game.
I was 21 years old and I got my first job offer to coach basketball. And I've been coaching basketball every single day for my professional life. Hell yeah. And there has not been one single day where I haven't thought at one time, I can't believe I get paid to do this. I've been sad. I've been mad. I've been happy. I've been everything in between, but always, always grateful.
Women's basketball will look to continue its perfect record on Friday when it welcomes Santa Clara to Galen Center.
Men's basketball is just a few hours away from tip-off tonight against UT Arlington. The Trojans are coming off a win against Idaho State last week. Forward Josh Cohen led the team to victory with 19 points. The UMass transfer had some help, though, including forward St. Thomas's 9 first-half assists and 13 points from guard Wesley Yates III. After a lead tug-of-war in the last few minutes, Thomas sank a 3 with 20 seconds left in the game to secure a Trojan victory. Just a couple games into the season, but USC's transfers are already making an impact. Cohen leads the team in points per game with 11.5, while Thomas has remained consistent in rebounds and assists. Yates is an aggressive force, claiming 2.5 steals per game. Those are just a few of USC's 12 transfers this season, and it's a similar story for the Mavericks, who have 11 transfers of their own, including guard Jalen Wells. Wells currently leads the NCAA in career three-pointers and sank 7 in last week's game against Louisiana Tech on Saturday. However, his 17 points weren't enough to outlast the Bulldogs, and UT Arlington fell by 15. Tip-off tonight's at 8 o'clock, and the Trojans will be back in Galen on Sunday against Cal. Women's soccer has been making history all season, from winning the program's first Big Ten Conference title to now earning its first #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The Trojans moved on from the Big Ten tournament quarterfinals after beating Ohio State, but momentum wasn't enough to carry them into the championship. USC fell in the semis to the Scarlet Knights after losing 3-0 in the penalty shootout. The Trojans are back on the field for another shot at victory in the NCAA tournament. They'll kick off the first round at 2 o'clock on Sunday against Sacramento State, with a potential second-round game against the winner of Kansas and #8 seed St. Louis. This is the program's 23rd time appearing in the NCAA postseason
including 2 national titles in 2007 and 2016.
Women's volleyball has righted the ship after its first multi-game losing streak of the season. USC has won 3 of its last 4 games, including a sweep of UCLA. But number 6 Wisconsin and number 11 Oregon bring stormy weather to Galen Center this week. Wisconsin enters Galen Center on a 3-game winning streak, having swept each contest 3-0. Most recently, the Badgers dealt with number 4 Penn State in Madison impressively on Saturday. Meanwhile, Oregon swept USC in Eugene on October 9th this season and has won 6 of 9 since. The Ducks and Badgers have won a combined 7 matches against ranked opponents this season. For the Trojans, it's ranked opponents who have been the Achilles heel. USC is 1-5 against the top 25, winning just 2 total sets in those 5 losses. It's not all doom and gloom, though, as the Trojans are still ranked 23rd, thanks to an impressive 16-2 record in the rest of their schedule. USC will look to rise to the occasions tomorrow night and Sunday at Galen Center and beat 2 of the country's best. Well, we did it, Riley. We went an entire show without talking about USC football. Nebraska this Saturday at 1 at the Coliseum. But that's all the time we have for in sports today. I'm Ben Cohen.
And I'm Riley Sager. And looking forward to Jaden Mayava this weekend. Dana, what should we have on our radar?
Tyler, the Creator, is back on our radar this week. Stay tuned and we'll tell you why.
Oh, I do enjoy an evening with a little light entertainment. But when your video heads get dirty, you lose your picture. Not a pretty sight. Happily, this new Polaroid video cassette will help you. It actually cleans your heads as it plays, so dirty heads needn't haunt you. New Polaroid video cassettes. Get the picture?
Dear Great Pumpkin, I'm looking forward to your arrival on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents.
They're back. All the Little Peanuts characters in a happy Halloween special that's filled with delightful, heartwarming adventures from their wonderful cartoon world. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. And here's Linus to tell you more about it.
On Halloween night, the Great Pumpkin rises out of his pumpkin patch and flies through the air with his bag of toys for all the children.
While Linus waits for the Great Pumpkin, ghosts and goblins, witches and owls make the scene, with Charlie Brown and his Peanuts playmates off on a haunting spree that's filled with surprises. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, in color.
Taking a break from politics, welcome back to our segment On Our Radar, where we bring you all things entertainment and what we're on the lookout for this week. Gaby, I hear you have some very exciting weekend plans.
I do. This just in, I somehow snagged Camp Flognaw tickets for this weekend, today. I will be at Dodger Stadium. This will be my 2nd time at the festival, and it's also the festival's 10-year anniversary. Am I going to see you there, Dana?
You unfortunately will not. I will be cheering on USC football. Sorry to bring it up again. But can you tell me a little bit about what I am going to be missing this weekend?
I sure can, and I am glad to rub it in. You'll be missing Playboy Cardi and Tyler headlining, coming off of Chromacopia. There will be an MF Doom tribute, which I'm really curious to see how they pull that off. Daniel Caesar, Omar Apollo, and Faye Webster.
Well, I know you're going to have an amazing time, and I hope you survive the Playboy Cardi mosh pit. Thank you so much for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone here at Annenberg Media, I'm Dana Hammerstrom.
And I'm Gaby Medina. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.